everyone, this is Suresh from As a Monkey coming at you guys with another episode of Let's Check Out Some Diecast. In today's video, we are going to be checking out some of the Matchbox Power Grabs that I grabbed along the way, and now I have enough of them sitting so that, I can open them up here on the channel. And if you're wondering what the balloon party themed linen is all about, this happens to be my son's birthday week. So I just thought, okay, let's make one video with this one, and maybe down the lane, it'll be a nice memory, right? All right, so let's go. The first one today is this beautiful 1962 Ford Anglia from the Harry Potter movie. Now, the fun thing is this made its debut in Matchbox Moving Parts, but this is the first time it's actually coming out as a mainline. So it's pretty cool. It's like one of those pop culture cars in Matchbox, right? So beautiful vintage lines, Ford Anglia. It has got that Bond-find kind of like a rusted look. All right, pretty standard Matchbox wheels. So definitely a fun add to any Matchbox lover and any Harry Potter fan. Let's set that there. Up next is a fan favorite 1984 Toyota MR2. So this time it's in a stunning black, pretty cool, and this one has its headlights on. Did you know that this particular Toyota MR2 in Matchbox has historically had 4 variations, right? So it's the steering that could be either on the right, like it's in this casting, or on the left, and the headlights could be either, punched up like these, or they would be punched down along with the body line of the car. So that makes 2x2 4 variations. So this one happens to be with the right-hand steering wheel and the headlights popped out. All right. So there we have the 1984 Toyota MR2. And up next is a beautiful 2021 Ford Bronco. There was something about this color that kind of like set it apart for me. It's beautiful. I actually thought from the looks of the card, it looked like a more desert kind of a green, but this one is actually like a much brighter shade of green, right? So it's got that nice metal flake to it. I always love those metal flake paints. Nice. All right, let's set it there. I will possibly pinch out the camera when I have enough models. Up next, we have a Ford Police Interceptor. Not sure. It says a Ford Police Interceptor, but it actually looks like a taxi to me. I had kind of like skipped this model on a couple of times. I crossed it, but then, I just thought, hey, it is pretty cool. See, it looks like an NYC taxi. So maybe the name of the model is a Police Interceptor, but here it is actually a taxi in NYC. So it's like, what was that? meters fare and flat rate to JFK. Wow, that's pretty cool, right? Nice meter fare and flat rate JFK MB821, which I thought was an Easter egg. See, MB821. Now that's the model of the car, and you also see it here. I think this is a recurring theme even among the national parks. Okay, let's put that to the test next time I open up a national park vehicle. Now, up next, we have a new model for 2024. Now, it might be surprising that we are only seeing this in 2025, because in 2024, but for a couple of cases that I can remember, Matchbox's distribution was not that great. But some of these models are showing up now. So, okay, I'm just glad that I'm finding them. So this one looks like a race car, okay? And it's radical. Get this, guys. It's legit, right? So this one is actually, radical motorsport, right? So this is a licensed vehicle, all right? It has a lot of Ferrari 330 P4 vibes about it, okay? I'll possibly take this moment to open this non-power grab, right? It's your regular Matchbox carded mainline. All right, so this one also happens to be a Radical SR3 XXR. Like you can see that, it's like a licensed model here. All right. So these they actually make a nice pair, and I just realized they're actually reverses of each other. Do you see? The black and red are pretty much reverses of each other, which is pretty cool, right? Okay, there we have it. The two radical cars. Up next, we have a pretty vintage looking 1994 Lexus LS 400. Okay, and a official licensed product from Toyota. There we have the 1994 Lexus LS 400. Simple and neat execution, standard Matchbox wheels. All right, let's set that there. Up next is a new model for 2025, and this is the 2021 Morgan three-wheeler. Now, you may remember, I think Hot Wheels also released a Morgan 3 model this year. Okay, so looks very similar. Maybe one day I'll have to kind of like put them side by side to figure who did a good job. This definitely looks like a super vintage car. All right, and there you go. It has three wheels, there by the name. But the fun thing is this one's got a metal base. All right, so this one's got a metal base. It says Morgan three-wheeler and everything. All right, so pretty cool. Most likely a race car, I guess, right? From the streamlined looks of it. All right, up next, we have a Volkswagen Beetle 4x4. Okay, so this desert rally car. I'm a big fan of bugs. All right, although, you know, most of my Beetles are like the classic Beetles from Hot Wheels, and a very few of them are these Matchbox, right? And I so happen to pick these on two different occasions, but they are the same model, so we'll just like open them one after the other. There we have it, Rescue Beach Patrol, and this is VW Beetle. So they do make a nice pair of cars, right? Good companion cars there. So let's set them there. I will pinch out the camera a little. All right. And up next is a beautiful Porsche. It's a Porsche 911 Targa. Now, I can't remember if I picked up like a carded version of this and already opened it, but this was just too good to kind of like pass on. So pretty cool. I think, again, right, the color scheme of Matchbox cars on their card art is slightly different than the actual color, right? Here, it almost looked like a copper sunset kind of a color, right? Like a tinge of orange in it, right? But this one just ended up being red plastic, right? So when I say plastic, I mean the plastic finish of the paint, right? So, but still definitely like a beautiful model. I thought this was a new model, but it did not have the categorization. So maybe I missed out on a few earlier releases. But there we have the Porsche 911 Targa. I'll say that one right there. Up next is another beautiful Porsche model. Now I'm like super scared if the actual model is going to be this spectacular. But let's see. This one is a Porsche Cayenne Turbo. All right. So is it going to be a shiny paint? Is it going to be like an enamel or a plastic finish? Let's see. See, this one's like a tad better, I guess. A slightly shiny finish to that metal flake purple paint. Okay, so I guess to some length, it kind of like does justice, I guess. But definitely a beautiful, beautiful Porsche. Those classic Matchbox wheels. Let me set it right there. And up next is a pretty beautiful model. You may remember in my last Boulevards video, I said that something is happening with Maserati and Mattel this year, right? It's been eclipsed by the whole Ferrari licensing returning to Mattel and stuff like that. But just this year, we have seen two new models of Maserati introduced in the Hot Wheels lineup. And this is a brand new a Maserati MC12, 2004 Maserati MC12. That's a new model for 2025. So I was pretty pumped when I saw this. So in the place where I live, these things made appearances as power grabs earlier than their mainline counterparts. But the mainline counterparts actually hit the stores very recently. This was like at least from 25 days ago. So there we have the Maserati MC12. I think contour wise, this is the most beautiful angle, is what I would say, right? So it has a rear spoiler, and kind of like it looks more elegant from this angle rather than this angle, right? A lot of nice aerodynamics, I guess. But other than that, a pretty simple paint job, right? For that price point, 2004 Maserati MC12. Pretty cool. I'm hoping that, Hot Wheels is going to come up with a lot more very fun Maseratis. Up next is a Pierce Arrow XT fire engine. Camion de Pompiers. All right. So this one, I always pick up fire trucks because they're like super popular with the kids. And I also kind of like, it's a tribute to all the firemen, to the fire department who keep our community safe. So thank you, all you heroes. So this one's Matchbox County Fire Department 71. And did you know that Pierce is, based out of Appleton, in Appleton, Wisconsin. I am currently in Wisconsin. So this one also has like a local sentiment. So whenever I see a Pierce truck, I have to pick it up, right? So very beautiful execution. Now, this Pierce fire engine is a very popular model. I think either in Matchbox 60th editions or in Matchbox Lesney editions. This one is one of the member or one of the pieces that has gone into that series. So very beautiful looking model. And definitely if you have firemen in your family, that is a very cool gift that you can get them. Now, up next, I have an International CXT. Okay, so look like a pretty exciting build. And I just wanted to say that this is actually a licensed casting, as can be seen here, right? International. That's the make of the vehicle, right? So look at that construction. So I think this is a construction livery. This is a deco that is actually, becoming very popular among collectors. Remember, I always used to talk about the National Parks Forest Service livery. And then I think there's another livery. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. That deco is also very popular besides Moon Eyes, Gulf. And now this one has, suddenly I see I see these construction vehicles everywhere. I see Matchbox. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice, bright, I wouldn't say yellow, but definitely a base of yellow there, right? So very, very cool looking deco, right? Matchbox construction. Okay. So I was just trying to see if this one also had the model number listed anywhere. Oh, there you see. See? I think that's a recurring theme whenever Matchbox uses these decos. So now it says Matchbox 986 or something like that, right? So now let's look at the model. Yeah, there you have it. It's Matchbox 986. So, I think it is kind of like some kind of a tradition where Matchbox is printing these model numbers on the deco. So I saw that, in a post somewhere, and I just quickly checked my national park vehicles. Almost all of them had it. So pretty cool theme there. I think that's really fun. All right. So which one is your favorite model? My favorite model is definitely the Ford Anglia from this lot, followed by this Ford Bronco, and then this Porsche. That would be my top 1, 2, 3. And pretty much everything else is also a favorite, right? So I think every model is a winner here. All right. So that's what I had for you guys today. Till I meet you guys next time, this is Suresh signing off. Rock on and stay awesome. Bye.